to make us ourselves available to you to talk about some of the things, some of the challenges, some of the difficulties that we are facing all around in this our world. Because I'm not so much sure, maybe you are not surprised, whereby in this our world, you look at those people that surround you, those people that you are working with at your workplace, your neighbor in your house that you live, your friends in your community, people you tag along with, people you relate with, people you can't do without in your everyday life. Every day that you wake up, that you are alive, those people, what do you think about their attitude? What do you think of them? What are the impression they give to you? What are the things that they make you understand about this life? What are the things that they make you see through so as for it to help you move forward in your life? You see, one thing I understand about this life is that our attitude constitutes to our success. Without a good attitude, without a good character, the chance of us being successful is very slim. That is just the right thing, because without you having a good grade or anything, without you now having a bad attitude, will make it much more harder for you to be successful. So that's why they will tell you that there's nothing like a bad day. So it's your bad attitude that constitutes you to having a bad day. So if you have a positive attitude, you have a positive day. So go and check yourself and understand what I'm trying to tell you. So I've been looking around and making research and going everywhere, trying to look at what is going on in this world. What is, especially in our country, what is going on? People will talk to you about the government, the civil servants, the private company, the organization, the people, the spiritual leaders, our leaders, our neighbors, all those stuffs, and so much and so on. That these are the people that are doing what they are constituting to our problem as a nation. So many people so talk of life that are this, this and that, are those people that are doing what, that are giving us problem. But my own perspective, I stand by one thing. Whether you are a leader, whether you are a president, whether you are a governor, whether you are a chairman, whether you are a commissioner, whether you are an alpha, whether you are a pastor, whether you are an herbalist, any form of life, any walks of life, anything you might want to be, anything you might be, I stand on one thing that is constituting this problem, is our parenting. I keep saying it, and I'll keep repeating, and I'll keep saying it till the day I leave this earth. Our parents are the one that constitute this problem, and it is not far-fetched. So you don't have to go back or go somewhere and start looking at what is the meaning of parents, what is the meaning of why. Because it is just normal for you to think that a leader, either a governor, a president, or a councillor, a chairman, or an alpha, or a pastor, somehow went through one parent or the other before he or she got to that position he is today. Whether you are MD of a company, whether you are a manager of a company, whether you are a CBN bank manager, or anything you might want to be in this life, whether you are a tailor, whether you are a banker, whether you are a cobbler, whether you are a mechanic or a dry cleaner, all those sort of things we do, or a bus conductor, a driver, we go through forms of parenting in our lives before we can attain that position. So it is what our parents has put in us, that has given to us, that we are displaying out when we are outside the world, when we are out of their webs. So you don't have to blame any government. That person that is doing wrong thing was parented by someone. Does he or she doesn't have a parent? That is why in those adages, maybe in those days, in those olden days, when we had tales about our great grandfathers, they would tell us that when you want to marry a lady, They will tell you, go and look at his or her parents. Go and look at her parents. Her mother, how is she? What is her character? What attitude is she displaying? What behavior is she displaying in that clan? All those things constitute to our problems. Someone that you call your friend and is doing bad thing to you, that is how they parented him or her. If you see a person that is doing good to you, that is how they parented him or her. You don't have to look forward and start searching for what is going on in this country. We push ourselves to reach that stage. I'm trying to make a reform here, to the extent that we are going to get out of those shackles. If you go back to the scriptures of those books we read about all those prophets God sent to earth, tell me, and I repeat and I quote me and help me to search any scripture, either the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Injil, any one of it, any scripture, any book that God sent to this earth, and any of the prophets that are kind of important that God sent to this earth to come and give us message, which one of them lived with their parents? Just either when they are kids, they run away from home, or they are not even born with parents, they are an orphan. Either of the two. Either when they are young, some circumstances just take them away from their parents. They don't have parenting impact in them, because if they do, they won't be able to carry out that message that God wants to send them, because our parents are so ridiculous, so complicated, that they will just do something to disarm you from whatever you want to do in life. Because I don't see where a parent will feel like, because you are my mother, you are my dad, and you are fighting with a neighbor, that means me too, I'm your kid, you fight with that neighbor. Is it normal? Is it possible? So anybody you are not happy with, or you are not okay with, me too, I should not be okay with it. Where in this world are they doing that? There is no love. You hear them start saying, help me to beat a child, does not reach the inside of a child parent. What's the meaning of that? You see a child that is doing something wrong, you started saying, leave him or let him or her be. I don't want problem with this or her parent. What is the meaning of that? Anything should happen if it is not your daughter or your child, you don't have a responsibility over it. Where are we going in this country? We start from that place, because no matter what you do, no matter what you tell me, someone will parent you to go out there to come and become someone else, because you don't just come from earth to this world in a day and you start living your life. So many bad parenting are out there. I'm a victim of it. Yes. But what makes me trying to do all this is because I find myself, I try to level myself down from all those things. I try to realize that you can't live my life for me, and that's not possible for my parents, because since the day I've been in secondary school, I've been dictating my life myself the right way, the way I want, and I've been successful about it. I don't let my parents decide for me. So what are we now doing? What are we doing about it? What are we doing? We're just looking. So we are now been inheriting those traits. Our parents will treat us to do this, to do that, to do this, to do that. So we too will end up growing up, give birth to our child, and we parent that child. And those way our parents are parenting us. That is why we are not going forward as a human being. That is why we are not moving forward as humanity. That is why we are not moving forward as a community. That is why we are not moving forward as a nation, as a country as a whole. That is why we are still here the way we are. I see some people, They are not raised well, but they realize later that it doesn't matter. They live their life in a more preferable way, in a more fulfilled way. And they are parenting their child in a normal way, in a way that he or she will be able to see the world in an empathious way, in a compassionate way. Not in a way that you must make this money, you must get this money, in a greedy way, in a cruel way, in a wicked way. We parent our child like that. In an example whereby a child is crying, a kid is crying, a small kid is crying, and all what you can do for that kid is give him money to go and buy biscuits or something, so as for him or her to stop that crying. That is where you start corruption. So any day that girl or that child sees that he needs something, he or she must to cry, because he or she knows that the only way he or she can stop that crying is for you to do what? To deliberately bribe him or her with money. Where are we going? We now grow up and start saying corruption. It starts from parenting. There are many rewards you can give your child when he or she done something, when he or she did something to you. Rewards like taking him or her to a beach. Rewards like taking him or her to a cinema house. Rewards like buying him or her a clothes. Not do material things for them. Don't tell them if you pass your exam, I will buy you toys. Tell them if you pass your exam, I'll do what? I'll increase your clothing allowance. If you pass your exam, I'll do what? That holiday to your auntie that you want to go, that you are clamoring for, I'll allow you to go. If you finish your exam and you pass with excellent results, I will allow you to spend much more hour with your friends outside when you go out with your friends. Those are where you parent your child, not by telling them, I'll buy you this, I'll buy you that. And you start failing those promises, and you want your child to end up growing up and start keeping promise. Where do you want that to happen? So all those things we are trying to tackle it. We are trying to correct it, so as for the nation to grow much more than this. Because it starts from that. Our generation, the old generations have done it wrong. We are trying to make it right. I'm not advocating anything here. I'm not asking you to rebel with your parents. I'm not asking people to, this is how you should train your child. But parent child in a more relaxed manner, in a more morally manner, in a more compassionate manner, whereby they will go outside there and be compassionate to the world. And when they will show empathy to the world, they will show good attitude to the world, they will show good character to the world. Please, this is what we are clamoring for. We are trying to help people here. We are not trying to disengage. We are not trying to disintegrate. We are trying to help people. Please, let's understand that what I try to tell people is that if I help you here, I'm not only helping you, I'll help your family, I'll help your friend, I'll help your neighbor, I'll help your community, I'll help your society, and I help the nation as a whole. Because you are not standing alone yourself. You have people that surround you. So that's it. And thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate. Because if you decide not to listen, there's nothing I will do. So we're trying to do this thing. We run it time to time and try to impart knowledge to us. But if you need any other option, any other commitment, any other thing that you want to take care of or you want to correct, kindly hook up to me, call me or text me, and I will be much more happy to help you. Because one thing about this life is all about helping others. So please, I'm in your service, and don't feel reluctant to call me or text me. Thanks you. From Camus Global Mentoring. I really appreciate your love. Thanks very much.